Welcome to the Midnight Sphere, everybody. The fire hose of corruption continues as we take a look back.
Mr. President, the other day a reporter asked you about Ghislaine Maxwell. You said, quote, "I just wish her well, frankly. I've met her numerous times over the years, especially since I lived in Palm Beach, but I wish her well, whatever it is." Mr. President, Ghislaine Maxwell has been arrested on allegations of child sex trafficking. Why would you wish such a
Well, first
person
of all, I
well?
don't know that, but I do know that
She has. She's been arrested for that. You know
her
that.
friend or boyfriend
Epstein.
was either killed or committed suicide in jail. She's now in jail.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I wish her well. I'd wish you well. I'd wish a lot of people well. Good luck.
Mr. President,
Yeah, he didn't mean it like, good luck, lady. Like, what a weird spin. Like, people fall for this. People actually, like, what? Like, oh, phew. Okay. He gave me something I could say, some kind of spin to make sense in my head. That's all they wait for. They wait for anything he says they could possibly use to justify in their head this thing that made no sense, which was him saying, I wish her well. Everyone knew that made, everyone was like, huh? Wish who? The serial sex trafficker of minors for decades? Uh, and they were just waiting, waiting. And then he said this, and they all went, okay. He was just saying, good luck, lady. Good luck in jail. Yeah. Well, fast forward to now, and there is a shady meeting happening between Trump's deputy AG, who is good friends with Maxwell's lawyer. He's meeting with Ghislaine Maxwell and her lawyer. Wonder why.
The Trump Justice Department desperately trying to contain the MAGA fury over their self-created Epstein debacle. To do so, they are leaning on the words of Jeffrey Epstein's longtime accomplice. Today, Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche went to Florida to meet with Ghislaine Maxwell. A lawyer for the convicted sex trafficker called it, quote, a very productive day, and thanked Blanche for, quote, being so professional. Now,
All right, so why would this be happening? Well, let's see. Maybe Ghislaine Maxwell has some information that Trump could use to help relieve some of the pressure he's feeling from the public about him being in these files. Um, it's not like you can change what's in the files. And this goes back to him repeatedly talking about the credible files, the credible files. Well, now I'm guessing he thinks he can use Ghislaine Maxwell to be the arbiter of what is credible in those files, which is absolutely disgustingly laughable. This is somebody who repeatedly had lied under oath and had been charged with perjury multiple times, has basically a contingent perjury trial waiting. Um, the rule is that if she were to ever get any kind of retrial for her sex trafficking crimes, she would immediately be tried for perjury as well. So it's like a pending trial that they have there just in case anything were to ever happen and fall through with, I guess, like this. Right? They were waiting for something like this. The only problem is if she was to be pardoned for all these crimes, there wouldn't be a retrial. So like, I don't know if it would like wouldn't trigger the perjury trial. Um, all you could really hope for would be like all they could offer her would be a retrial for the trafficking crimes. In which case, if she were to get off on those, she would be tried for perjury. It's just not ideal. So yeah, they can try to offer her some of this stuff, and then they get information from her that they can use to say, oh look, she said only these parts are credible and this part is credible. The stuff with me, not credible. And we're supposed to believe the serial sex trafficker of minors um, over thousands of pages of files. So what did they talk about when they were there? She was asked about maybe 100 different people. So they're just gossiping and looking for anything they could. They are literally looking for anything they possibly can use to any shred of hope to cast doubt, reasonable doubt for Trump. And yeah, just try to save him. And the amount of emphasis being put on, oh, she was so truthful. I mean, this is the lawyer saying this, but it comes up in a few places. Because you have to wonder, like, okay, nonstop. Oh, she's so truthful. She was so honest. She never invoked privilege. She don't think. Okay, that's all he's saying. But what about like people who are still going to try to make sense of this? The people who were waiting for Trump earlier, like with the "I wish her well." They were waiting. Like, we need a spin. Give us some spin. Give us something. They're waiting for the spin here too. These people are out there. I've spoken with people who are saying, "Well, look, if it comes out, if there's evidence, right now there's no evidence. There's no proof yet, and they're just still riding the train." Um, so those people are waiting for that spin, and it seems to start arriving. And it's just it's such an unenviable position to be the people who have to try to make sense of this and justify this. Apparently, they are out there, and I guess where else would you look for that other than Newsmax?
She just might be a victim. She just might be.
Imagine if you're one of Epstein's victims and you got to listen to this guy come on here and tell you that the woman who trafficked you as a minor into a sex trafficking hell, she's a victim. You're not really the victim. She's the real victim here. The serial sex trafficker of minors is the real victim here. And you have to sit here and wonder, is she going to be pardoned? Is the person who did this to me going to be pardoned? Is there going to be a gross miscarriage of justice happening imminently due to some shady backdoor deal where you're trading pardons for the most heinous crimes for information from somebody with zero credibility and multiple perjury charges and a contingent perjury trial coming for them? Okay. These people should never be allowed to talk about the victims ever again.
There was a rush to judgment. There was a lot of chaos there for a while. All right. Granted, she hung out with Jeffrey Epstein, and I know that's apparently not good, but she.
Yeah, apparently it's not. I mean, from what I understand, I guess I heard once that it's not a great guy, not a great guy. Kind of annoying to hang out with. Yeah, just what atmosphere they're setting up here. Like you would think they were talking about like a bad tipper, like not the most prolific serial sex crime CEO in U.S. history. Oh my gosh. I had said that to somebody recently. He was the worst sex trafficker that we know of in U.S. history, and the response was, "Nah, there's worse, probably worse ones right now. You don't know what's going on out there. There's probably worse things." It's like, wow, the way people's minds just do mental gymnastics, like Olympic level mental gymnastics, when you're in the cult. Only fair that we hear from one of the victims.
Do you worry that Maxwell will be given some kind of leniency, maybe even a pardon? What would that mean to you?
I am concerned about that, and it would mean the complete crumbling of this justice system that should first and foremost stand for, fight for, and protect survivors. We all deserve a pathway to justice, and then we don't deserve to have it yet again robbed from us because so much has already been taken. It truly does seem, I should say, just an upside down world where you are promised and there are declarations of the judicial system working to support pathways to justice, and for them just to simply crumble is what it appears is happening right now.
Well, you're hearing a lot of people speak out, though, to say.
Yeah, that's just feel terrible for her. It's Teresa Helm, is it? Yeah, Teresa Helm. She was 22 years old when she says Ghislaine Maxwell groomed her and she was sexually abused by Jeffrey Epstein. So we're just dealing with some monsters here, just the worst of the worst. And the fact that there's any chance people can get away with it, just trying to cover their own asses and again, the backdoor deals, the conspiracies of with just the worst people imaginable. And we have 30% of the country that's just, "Mm, yeah, we want the files. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Those files, if on the flip side, the files come out, Glenn's not able to save him, and Trump goes down and he's in these files, and it's anything more than just having a drink. Will it be enough? Will that finally be enough for people to realize this is a truly moronic and evil man who's just good at manipulating people? We'll see. All right, guys. I'm gonna try to keep covering this stuff. I want to finish up the Jubilee video. Obviously, we'll wait for the outcome of this, and that will definitely be covered. But yeah, until then, like, comment, subscribe, follow me. I have a bunch of, I'm trying to get onto everything. But yeah, follow me anywhere you see me and help me grow. Thanks a lot, guys.